Now we're going to be moving on to real videos that work. Yes! Woohoo! All right. Okay, so as I've said, we've been doing a lot of polishing on our Zerg. It sounds a little risque, sorry. Over the last year, but as you can see, we went and put a lot of detail into these old units that you know and love. This is the drone here, but we got a lot of specular map going on. That's the shininess going on all the little wings you see there. Yes, this is your base Zerg unit, so it only gets better. The Hydralisk, the answer to everything in the original Starcraft. So as you can see, also take a look. The orange colors you see on this Hydralisk and the other units, these are the team color. I just wanted to show that these are, we really work to try to integrate them into the unit instead of just having it be a big splotch of color. I'm just showing you these kind of because they're a little bit up close. You can see the detail better. When you're out there playing on the floor, you'll probably be being attacked by someone right across from you, so you won't be able to appreciate the coolness of all the art we did. The Baneling, one of the new Zerg units that we announced a few years ago. Wow, it's been that long. Woo! Yeah.
Only getting better.
Here is the new Infester. It's pretty cool and creepy. Again, you'll be able to see all these in the game out there, so make sure you check it out. And the Ultralisk, the big meat shield with claws and spikes. Yes! All right, so I don't want to take up too much time. I just wanted to show off some of the work we've done with the Zerg a little bit. And for the people who don't know what Zerg are, now you kind of do. So I will be turning this over now. Oh, sorry, last one. The Mutalisk.
Or this one.
The other answer to every single attack in StarCraft 1. The Mutalisk and the Hydralisk combos, deadly.
Now is it me?
This is the Overlord. They're basically the ones that kind of look over the Zerg. They're the ones that sort of are the keepers of the Zerg, keepers of the swarm. And last, one of our new Zerg flyers, the Broodlord. These guys are pretty powerful. Heavy artillery, tear up small troops. If you see these flying into your base, you better take care of them pretty quick.
This is a video and it's kind of long, so bear with me. Here's Belshir, which we really tried to make our lush outdoor environment. This is one of the Protoss retreat worlds. We have waterfalls and lush trees. Here's one of the mission objectives, which is the Terrazine Shrines, where the Protoss get their mental abilities from. Valhalla is a installation, which is where the Thor is being built here. And we really did a lot with animating doodads. We tried to bring a lot more motion to everything. So here's another installation where they have captured a Ultralisk and are doing experiments on them. Monolith, we wanted to show yet another Protoss world with, as different as we can get, with still staying in the same Protoss style. So you'll see different colors, different statues, different ruins on each of these worlds. This is a nice doodad set piece that Alan Dillinger did for one of our space stations. You'll see a lot of these more, specific objective doodads that you'll have to destroy, most of them. Redstone is one of our lava planets. I really love the lava that we've got going on and the new stuff. So this is basically done by our lead technical artist, Rob McNaughton. Figured out how to come up with this awesome lava. We have reactionary doodads also with the fire and the rocks falling. Jakul Das, just showing another how different each of the tile sets you're going to be playing on. Everything is totally unique, and there's so much more to this than the original. And Port Zion is our junk world, and we have the conveyor belts, the giant robot crane dropping trash into the grinders. And also Also, we worked a lot on our background. So if you're playing on a space platform, in the background you'll see like these planet shots. Just awesome going on. This one was done by Jesse Brody.
Brophy, sorry about that.
If he's out there. This one I actually put together, and it might be a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I had so much fun building this level of Core Hall, which is the Dominion homeworld. We have so much that you can actually do in the editor that I just went off and I went crazy. So, you'll see like all the civilian cars and the monorail system and these huge buildings with, animated billboards, people walking around. It's just amazing how much we have for these things. And this is like the scale that you can get in the single player campaign versus the multiplayer campaign, because you don't want to have anything that really obstructs when you're head to head with somebody. But in single player, we're a little more, forgiving, and you can just kind of go off and do whatever you want. And so there's a little car rolling by. There's a karaoke bar, of course, in the future. Why not? And of course, at the very end here, we have the new Blizzard office that we will have on Core Hall at some point. So anyway, I wanted to thank you very much for listening to me prattle on. And I am going...
So here is the Roach unit from the Zerg, and you can see nice jibbing everywhere and blood and guts. And for every unit, we pretty much have 4 or 5 different animations of them blowing up in different ways, dying, sometimes just exploding with blood, sometimes with the animation, like, spinning around. Nice. And
Our video's not working?
of course not.
Alan, what did you do?
Click
Mine
it again.
worked fine.
So basically, we try and do is every unit has a couple different deaths on it just to make it more interesting in the battlefield. Now here's an example of some fire deaths that Jay Hathaway, one of our animators, made, and we have kind of specific weapon type deaths for some things. Here, if the Hellion or the Colossus hits these guys, they just burn up into crispy critters, which is awesome. So again, it's more variety, more fun in the battlefield, more dynamic stuff to look at. I'm gonna turn into ash and float away. Here's the popular Marine taking it. So if you're a Zerg fan, you love seeing this sight. Again, you notice the team color is actually off on these guys. We want to make sure it's very easy for people to understand what unit is alive and dead. So as soon as they die, they might be animated around and flip-flopping around, but we actually turn them into a black team color so you can't tell that they're actually alive anymore, which is good. And here, my favorite race of Protoss is the Immortal unit, dying. And you'll notice the pieces flying off them are actually Havoc physics pieces. So they'll actually bounce around the world and bounce off things, go down cliffs and all that, and they're random. So again, you get a lot more variety in the game, and it's just, we have a lot of fun making these things. So every unit's got a bunch of these. Here is the popular carrier. And you notice when the interceptors die that they actually have physics on them as well. So when they land, they'll actually fall down in the cracks, they'll bounce off things. And again, it's one more cool, fun way to kill things, which is always good. Terrible, terrible damage. So here is just an example of everything coming together in a 3-way fight with each race, just showing off some of the death animations, some of the carnage we have in the battlefield. You notice the Hellion on the bottom is just Wayne laced everything, sent it to fire, then the Colossus comes in and sets everything else to fire. And of course, bloody deaths everywhere. So we have a lot of fun doing these again. It's a lot of variety, a lot of fun, and we try and keep it pretty clean though, so the battlefield doesn't get too congested, so the gameplay comes first, but you still want to have that visceral feeling that there was like actually some epic battles going on here. And of course, had to make it so the Protoss win this battle. It's only fair. And we actually have the same philosophy with the buildings. So here you see the gateway and the warp gate getting taken down by a bunch of Marines. And you'll see the Havoc physics pieces on those as well. And basically, again, we give each building 2 or 3 different death types. So when you go into town, it really feels like you're, doing some van damage and killing everything. Here's some really good Zerg death animations by our own Steve Provost. And with Zerg, we can get a little more crazy, a little more fun and bloody with them. So these are a lot of cool animations to do. Oh, and also we have environments like Brian was talking about, and here is a big nuclear reactor on a space platform, and just showing some cool animations we have on it, and of course then it has to blow up, like everything. And the Marine next to it dies as well. So these are huge set pieces in the game that we can actually destroy now and put holes in things. We can tower huge, tall buildings. We can have a lot of fun in the campaign, just go crazy with it. Now here's a Protoss temple we have. You'll see it coming up out of the ground here. Do some really cool animations. And then, of course, we have to blow it up. Terratron. I don't know if you guys remember the April Fool's joke we had. We're actually trying to get in the game, so write your local designer today and tell them you demand Terratron in the game. It's actually a giant robot constructed out of Terran buildings, and we have a little example of it here thrashing a Zerg town. This is a small version, actually. Some Reapers come out, start wreaking havoc. Maybe some sound effects. Laser saw, the ultimate weapon in the universe.